You are welcome. You're welcome. If you can hear me very clearly, I think you can just drop a comment in the comment section. Just let me know you can hear me. You're welcome, everyone. You're welcome. Welcome to Side Class. Let's do a career acceleration class. If you can hear me clearly, just drop something in the comment section. Let me know that you are here. We can begin to mark our attendance now, right? We can begin to mark our attendance now. I expect to start seeing our comments. I expect to start seeing the indication that we are here. Okay, let me know you are here. And if you can hear me clearly, please just let me know. I'm not getting any feedback. Let me be sure everyone can hear me. Okay. If you can hear me, drop a comment. Okay, okay. Adeni Grace, you are welcome. You are specially welcome to the day two of the Career Acceleration Masterclass. Christiana Oladejo, I see you. You are welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Precious, I see you. You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, yeah, we are here again today. So before we just get started, right? Today is going to be an amazing, mind-blowing session, right? So we are six currently on this meeting. Let's go right out now. We want to go for evangelism. Go and bring people, go to your class group page, your students group page. Now, today's session is both for new registered nurses, student nurses, any nurse go right out now and bring them in. The flyer, the link, everything, share it on your status, share it in your WhatsApp group page, share it anywhere shareable, and let people join us right here. We are in for an amazing, mind-blowing, mind-shifting, transformative, informative, and inspiring session tonight. And you don't want to miss out. You don't want to miss out, right? Welcome, Oyeturo Oluwatobi. I see you. I see you. You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, let's do that in the next 1-2 minutes. We'll be back on this session. Go right out, share the link, share the flyer, invite people, student nurses, registered nurses, any nurse let them come in right now. There is something big and huge going on right here. Okay, okay. Yeah, let's do that in the next 1-2 minutes. And in 2 minutes, we'll be back on this call. Thank you. Hey, welcome back, everyone. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back, everyone. So, welcome. I can see that our evangelism is working now, right? Okay. Once again, I want to welcome everyone to the day two of the Career Acceleration Masterclass, charting the course, shaping the future, practical wisdom to navigating personal and career advancement post nursing school. Like I said earlier, tonight's session is not going to be for just new registered nurses alone. It's going to be for both new registered nurses, student nurses, everyone who identifies as a registered nurse is going to benefit greatly from this evening's session. Yeah, I want to welcome everyone once again. And before we go into this session, our seasoned speakers are on ground and they are ready to take us on a journey of inspiration, of transformation this evening. Okay, before we start, we're going to play a game, right? I'm going to play a game. If you are ready for a game, you are in for a game. Now, it's going to be a giveaway, right? But you will need to answer a question. You would need to answer a question, right? If you are ready, just type I am ready in the comment section. If you are ready for the game, type I am ready. The game is like I'm going to ask you a question, and the first person to answer that question correctly gets a cash prize. I'm going to ask a question, and the first person to answer that question correctly gets a cash prize. So that is it. It's don't worry, it's a very simple question, and I believe you can do it. So if you are ready, let me know I am ready. Okay, Olanike says I am ready. Ooh, I see someone here. Oluwatobi Sola Ojedoko. I see you. I see you. I sight you. I celebrate you. Happy birthday in arrears. Please bring our cake. Thank you so much for joining us, Oluwatobi Sola Ojedoko. Thank you so much. Really appreciate. Okay, I can see a lot of I am ready. I am ready. Precious Tope say I go try. Oh yeah, now let's try. Okay, let's have it. I'm going to give you the first question now. I'm going to give you the first question. And the first person to get it right correctly is going on with the cash prize, right? Okay, let's go. Who is the first black nurse to work with the NHS? You have 60 seconds to answer. That's the question. The first black nurse to work with the NHS. The first correct answer gets a cash prize. The first black nurse to work with the NHS. Waiting for the first answer. 60 seconds, 60 seconds. Sorry, I missed the spelling of work. WORK, that was a mistake. You have 60 seconds to answer, 40 seconds more. I can, all of you doing Google search, I can see you. All of you doing Google search, I can see you. Like, I can see you. Continue. All of you doing Google search, I see them. See them here. See them. We don't see them. Google search. Okay. I think I have an answer now. Although you did Google search, precious Tokwe, although you Google search, yes or yes, or obviously it is yes. But well, for getting first, for pulling out the answer first, you will go with a cash prize of don't worry, I'll announce your cash prize at the end of today's session. So please stay with us till the end. Precious Tokwe, you got the first question right. So we have two more questions to go. Two more questions to go. If you are still ready for me, let me know. Let me know. So the second question is, mm, the second question is, okay, let me type the second question before we search it again. I'm just going to type the second question and you will give an answer within within 60 seconds. After 60 seconds, if there is no answer, that is the end. That question is gone. Okay, are you ready? For this particular question, if you get it right, you would have to answer a second question. The first person to get it right would have to answer a second question to claim his or her prize. So, are you ready for the question? So, here is it. 60 seconds, your time starts now. Tung, 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 tung. You have 50 seconds more. Tung. Okay. Ooh. 30 seconds more. 20 seconds more. Okay, the first correct answer I have here is Sophia. Sophia said May 12th. That's the first correct answer that I have. Sophia said May 12th. So, Sophia, are you ready for the second question that qualifies you to claim your prize? If you are ready, tell me yes. If you are ready, tell me yes. Sophia, if you are ready for the next question to claim your prize, let me know. If you get the second question wrong, you don't have any prize. But if you get it right, you get your prize. Are you ready, Sophia? Okay, I can see a lot of May 12, May 12, May 12. But Sophia answered first. Yeah. Okay, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. I'm waiting for Sophia to give a response. Okay, Sophia said she's ready. Okay, let's go. Now, Sophia, this is the second question. Why is the International Nurses Day celebrated on the 12th of May? You have 60 seconds to answer. Simple, short answer. Why is the International Nurses Day celebrated on the 12th of May? You have 40 seconds more, Sophia. Sophia, you have 20 seconds more. Please, if you are around Sophia, just try and cheer her up. Let her answer this question before the time runs out. Sophia, you have 15 seconds more. Okay. Well, she said to celebrate Florence Nightingale. Why? Why are we celebrating for Florence Nightingale on this day? Why? Why? Why are we celebrating Florence Nightingale on this day? Why not May 13th? Why not May 14th? Why not 31st of May? Okay, somebody has helped Sophia out. She said because Florence was born on May 12th, anniversary of, okay, many correct answers here already. So I think Sophia, a lot of people have bailed you out. So if you receive your cash prize, do well to share with them. Do well to share with them. Do well to share with them. So Sophia, still to the end of this meeting, still to the end of this event, and you will get your cash prize for answering the question. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, the last question before we commence this session. This is going to take 30 seconds. If you have the answer, you must answer in 30 seconds. In 30 seconds. In 30 seconds. So we have the next question here. You must answer in 30 seconds. The first correct answer gets a cash prize. Let's go. What is the full meaning of NCLEX? Waiting for who is going to take this. I'm waiting and anticipating. Waiting and anticipating. What is the full meaning of NCLEX? 20 seconds more. Oh, who is answering my question? Oh, nobody. National Council. Oh, who is the first to answer? I think Sophia's won it again. Oh my God. The first answer I'm seeing here is Sophia again. Sophia again. Again. So are you going to win? Are you going to win two questions? Well, if that is it, the first person to answer this question correctly is Sophia Omaye. So apparently, Sophia has our prizes. She's going to go with two cash prize, and of course, the first person that got the first question right will also go with the cash prize. So please do stay to the end of this session so that you can get your prize. I can see Sophia jubilating already. All right, the two people that won this cash prize, please do well to send me a DM. Do well to send me a DM on WhatsApp to claim your prize. Okay, okay, we are starting right away, and we will be bringing up the first speaker for this evening, who is going to be talking on the role of mentorship as a tool to advance your career, to advance your personal and career development. Also, after this session, some persons on this meeting would be qualified and would probably have a sponsorship to take place in the mentorship session, in the mentorship class of the one and only Nurse Mentorship Academy in Nigeria. So this evening we have our very respected, phenomenal, great, innovative, our mother in nursing. I would have called her the mother of modern nursing, but of course, Florence Nightingale might come down from heaven and scatter things, but we don't want that. But this person has been a blessing and an inspiration to me. In 2021, I was under a mentorship, and of course, I can tell you that it was a mind blowing. It was a mind blowing session. It was a mind blowing experience. It was a mind shifting experience, and that is why I said, okay, if I could have access to this, it is. I mean, it is an honor on me to also let other people around me, new registered nurses, whether you are new, you are old, you are any form of nurse, if you are any form of a nurse, a specialized, a general nurse, a specialist, any kind of nurse that you are going to benefit from this. And here we have in our midst this evening the person of, we call her Nurse Coach Ola. We call her Nurse Coach Ola. We call her Nurse Coach Ola. But then, of course, man, I'm not even fit to read her profile. right? I'm not fit to read her profile. I think I will just allow Nurse Coach Ola to go ahead and talk about herself, the things she does, and of course, what she has for us this evening. Before I hand over the mic to her, I'm going to urge you once again, if you know any, especially student nurses, newly registered nurses that are supposed to be here but that are not here at the moment, please go right out now and bring them in. Go right out now and bring them in here, right? And we are starting the session. Nurse Kochola, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, man.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, clearly, clearly, clearly.
Okay, clearly. Hi, good evening, everyone. Olayinka Aremu here.
You're
Can you hear
welcome.
me?
You're powerfully welcome. Yes, clearly,
Okay,
clearly,
all right.
clearly,
So
man.
thank you so much for having me. I would have preferred you do the introduction, but then it's okay. It's a privilege to be here. Thank you so much, Oluwatobi Adewumi, for the invitation. My name is Olayinka Aremu. One thing about me is once I hear nursing, like I'm all in. Anything nursing, I'm all in. So I would not have declined this invitation, not even if it's from somebody else, because it's all about mentorship and something I'm very passionate about. So thank you so much for inviting me. Again, my name is Olayinka Aremu, popularly known nurse coach Ola. I want to ask why nurse coach. That's basically because I do a lot of coaching, and yeah, I do a lot of coaching. I do a lot of mentoring. I don't know why this is blinking. Is this just from my end?
Yeah, it's very clear. It's the feedback is good from the other side. Yeah, we can see you clearly.
Okay. Was just blinking. I wanted to be sure. All right, so thank you. I'm resident here in Ireland, originally from Nigeria, of course. And to be honest, I've lived in Ireland for 5 years, but I miss home. I miss Nigeria. I had my BSc direct from Obafemi Awolowo University, and I also had my master's in community health nursing as well in the same university. I relocated to Ireland about 5 years ago, like I said, and at the moment, I'm a PhD candidate in Trinity College, Dublin. We are researching into ways and tools on how to improve discharge care communication. So I work as a discharge coordinator with the HSC here in Ireland. It's been a beautiful, season, amazing experience here, specializing in discharge. So I know it's a very rare, very, very rare specialty, but we have that here. So I've been coaching, I've been teaching ever since I left university. So I worked as a nurse tutor in Seventh-day Adventist School of Nursing before I left Nigeria. So I knew personally that teaching, coaching was my calling. It was distinct to me because I do it with passion, with ease, So I co-founded Synergy International Nursing Network, where we talk more about how to assist nurses to relocate to Ireland or the UK. I know you're very interested in that, but that's not the purpose for today's talk. Yeah. So what other things do I do? Into so many things, but majorly I just focus. I founded the Nurse Mentorship Academy precisely 1 year ago, and thankfully, like Oluwatobi mentioned, he was one of the first mentees of the first cohort, and you can see the results yourself. So thank you so much for having me. Is that enough of an introduction?
Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that introduction. Like, there's this saying that it is when you hear from the horse's mouth. Like, I mean, that introduction alone is inspiring on its own. It is mind shifting on its own because if I take the book and you start reading, people say that's a cliche, like normal, read the Bible and let's have the speaker. But hearing you say it yourself, it's something is inspiring on its own. Thank you so much for honoring our invitation. And like everybody knows, we're going to be talking about mentorship and how you can maximize mentorship as a tool to advance your, go forward and go ahead and get ahead with your personal and career endeavor,
Mm.
right? And right about now, I'm just going to drop the mic, step off the stage, and Nurse Coachala is going to take us on the journey. Thank you so much, man.
Okay, thank you, Oluwatobi. All right, I just wanted to be sure again, my screen is still blinking. So I just want to be sure it's not the same thing over there.
It's very clear. The feedback is cool, man.
Okay, so it's just blinking from my end. All right, so we can go ahead. Thank you so much. Again, welcome to today's session. We're talking about mentorship, a critical tool for advancing your nursing career. This is a career acceleration masterclass organized by Side Class, and person directed, initiated by the most inspiring guy, a male nurse that I know, Oluwatobi Adewumi. I've been asked to talk on this topic because, of course, based on my experience as a nurse mentor and nurse coach. So I want to say this before I start that I would not say that, let me say, 10 or 15 years ago that I had a mentor. In fact, hearing the word looks more cliche, sort of like mentor. It looks too formal for me, like I couldn't attach any meaning to it, like probably any importance, to having a mentor. But as year goes by and, we get to know the importance of mentorship, like I was sharing with somebody, I felt like I would have gone faster in life, career wise, or made some certain decisions that would have been of more benefit to my growth in career growth if I had a mentor. Yes, and that's the truth because I've made so many mistakes, career wise, life wise. We'll just focus on nursing career at this moment. So the role of mentorship cannot be overemphasized. So it's definitely a critical tool for advancing your career in nursing. And when I decided to have a mentor, or when I found out the importance of mentorship and I decided to seek after one, there was a huge difference. Okay, even though I'm a self-driven individual, self-motivated and all that, but I still needed somebody to be able to, push me in the right direction and so on. And this kind of reshaped my career framework, which has helped me so far, even though it's not perfect. I can't lie to you, but that's just the truth. It is much better. So I know this general topic is charting the course, shaping the future, and definitely mentorship is one of the core, too. So if you cannot see where you're going, ask someone who has been there before. So this is by Maurice Lauren. So he said that, and I think that's just what mentorship is all about. So as we journey in our career, as we start, sometimes you don't even know what is ahead of you, what next. So, even though we know nursing is a very lucrative, very rewarding career, but sometimes you just can't figure it out. Like, where will I, after graduation, what will happen now that I've graduated? So what next? Will it just be the routine? Go to the hospital, 12-hour shifts, 8-hour shifts, morning, night, afternoon shifts, and all that. Private hospital, public hospital. Will that just be it? What more? So you definitely need somebody that has been where you want to go to be able to, show you, to be able to tell you more about that journey. Okay, so as an introduction, I would say that one of the most important tools that has the capacity to foster relevance in the 21st century nursing sector is mentorship. Mentorship creates an environment in which both professional and personal development can occur, including the development of leadership capacity of the mentor, the mentee, and even the healthcare setting. So if you look at it, that the benefit of mentorship is not just to the mentee alone. It's cut across both the mentee, the mentor, the organization, and also the patient in this, they are the recipient of healthcare. So mentorship in nursing is definitely important. Another reason, just look at mentorship as a way of supporting persons where they are and providing them with the necessary tool to grow. That was said by Knaya. Then another way to see mentorship is that it will offer new nurses. Now, when I say new nurses, doesn't necessarily mean those that just graduated, okay? Even if you change job, if you change role, maybe you just took up a new role or you change units, then you become a new nurse in that area. So I've made a lot of transition in my nursing journey. I started as a staff nurse. Like I said, I was a nurse tutor for 4 years. I was doing very well there, very competent, very comfortable, efficient. But moving to Ireland, I had to start as a staff nurse in a nursing home. At that point, I was a new nurse. And when I changed role to another place, I was a new nurse. When I became a clinical nurse manager, I was a new clinical nurse manager. So at every change in your career progression, you can be a new nurse. So mentoring will offer new nurses that safe place to learn as they grow in their practice of nursing. So many times, mentees are more comfortable asking questions from a mentor. So this is why mentorship is important. So I'm going to be defining mentorship. There are so many varied definitions outside, but mentorship is a phenomenon which encompasses the process by which an experienced individual, who is called the mentor, guides another individual, who is called the mentee, usually of lower or no experience, okay, in the development, examination, and re-examination of their personal and professional needs. It is usually a dynamic relationship, and it gives room for enlargement or for improvement of the leadership and growth capacity of both the mentor and the mentee. I need to say this clearly that ever since we started, or I started formally, the mentorship academy, because I would say I'll be mentoring informally for years, but formally from 2011, I have gained a lot personally, even as a mentor, from my mentees, from the experiences, so it's a two-way approach. So what does mentorship bring? Like I said, the benefits of mentoring to nurses now, or let me say to the new nurses or to the mentees. So it makes a huge difference in how new nurses view themselves. Now, sometimes, like I said, you might just feel like, oh, I've graduated, I'm a nurse, now I'm a registered nurse. Oh, praise the Lord. You flaunt all your pictures on the Instagram, on social media, and like that. Now, what next? And most people feel like, oh, I just have to, maybe I just start in a medical ward and then I just continue like that. There is more to you than just nursing. I know nursing is a caring heart, is a passionate and all that. We provide optimal care to our patient, but you are more than nursing. Yes, you are more than nursing. It is what you are that makes you do well in nursing. So if you have proper mentorship, it will make a huge difference in how you view yourself. Now, I know back in Nigeria, where I come from, some nurses, that stereotypic way of saying nurses are subordinate to doctors, and some people still have that mentality. But if you have the proper mentorship that helps you, reshape your thinking, or reorientate you, it will make a huge difference in how you see yourself. Mentoring can provide a safe space to ask questions. Now, if you ask me, I don't like asking people questions. I like to be independent, to solve things myself. I'm a critical thinker. I want to bring solution. I want to do it myself. But I tell you that most times it just takes things longer. You make mistakes. You waste time. So that is the benefit of mentoring. So it will give you that safe space to ask questions, to make mistakes, to learn from, those mistakes in a productive manner. So I've learned that failure is success in progress. So if you make a mistake, it's just like you learning from that mistake in a productive manner. That's what mentorship can do for you, rather than condemning you, to nothing. Mentorship will provide the guidance and encouragement that you need, without feeling at risk of being ridiculed if you have the proper mentor. It will increase your confidence, your awareness, and overall practice as a nurse. I'm very sure you might not really understand like the dynamics of mentorship, but I believe before the end of this, talk or so, you will understand. And by the time you get into it, but then you get a mentor and you are in mentorship journey, you will understand better. So talking about what mentorship does to the nursing section or to organization, it kind of bridged the gap between the theory and the nursing practice. There are so many things that are theoretical in nursing that sometimes they are not just practicable. We feel like, how can this work? But that's what mentoring does. It will bridge that gap. It will make you see the reality in your nursing practice. It will make you see the reality in those nursing theories. That's Regina Anderson, Roy's adaptation and all that, to see the reality on how you can apply it to your everyday life, and it will to affect your progress in your career. It is not just about your service or to your patient. It is also how you grow in your career journey. So mentorship will provide that guidance that will enable you to have that transformation leadership, even in the workplace. For nurses, for nurse leaders, it gives that opportunity for transformation leadership. It will enhance critical thinking and career development. I'm saying all this so that you know the enormous benefits and significance of mentorship. Mentorship will increase risk-taking, self-esteem, and job satisfaction for staffs, for nurses. With that, it's going to reduce the, when it comes to people, the increased turnover of staff, of nurses in the hospital. It is a key recruitment and retention strategy for nurses. Because once somebody feels supported, you have somebody that you can rely on, you can ask questions, then you won't be lost. It will improve the quality of patient care overall. So, like I said again, just summarizing that, the benefits of mentoring is to all. But I would say nurse mentorship are really in the best interest of the patient. So just think of mentorship as another way, of you providing quality care for your patient. Whichever category, whichever specialty you are, whichever country you are, mentorship will help you to give the most, beneficial quality care to your patient. So, I want to talk about mentors now. So many questions, Dory, even in the academy, I've asked these questions. Why did you choose Nurse Mentorship Academy? Why did you choose NCO Nurse Mentorship Academy, and so on? And people will say, we found this. So I want to ask you, if you're attending this class now, either in the chat box or in the comment section, wherever you are, just tell me one quality that you are looking for in the mentor. Tell me what you're looking for. Tell me what you think will inspire you about somebody that you can say, oh, I want to make this person my mentor. I'm waiting for that in the chat box, okay, while I continue. All right, so as a mentor, I know I have so many roles. I know I must do, I should do so many things. I must do so many things to my mentees. Now, the first thing, like I said, mentors are teachers. So at the Nurse Mentorship Academy, which I'll still talk about more later, we used 4 acronym, GIST. That's GIST. So, and I call all my mentees GIST stars. The J there stands for guidance, I is inspiration, S is support, and then T is tutelage, or like to tutor. So mentors are teachers. They can provide information on, some institutional norms or some policies that can guide you, in your career journey. Mentors can be your sponsor. They can advocate for you. They can enhance your visibility, your credibility by expanding both your network, either local or globally. So Another thing that mentors do, they are advisors. Okay, they can be called like a counselor, somebody that you can go to when you are at that crossroad. So they can offer that advice on career direction, on some trajectory like that for you to follow. So, and you can also term your mentors as your role models and confidants. Sometimes when you are thinking about maybe a project or something you want to do, a business, you're thinking about, some career, you want to make some career decisions, but you just want to keep it low. Your mentor can be your confidant in the area, because they would demonstrate behaviors that is worthy to be emulated by their mentee. Then you can say, this person is my role model. I've gotten series, loads of text messages like that, and say, oh, you inspire me. I love what you do. This resonates with my vision. This resonates with my goal. I want you to be my mentor. It's good to hear that. It's really good. I feel so, so much elated, happy when I get those messages, like a spark for me. But then the question comes down to, what do you understand by mentorship? Okay, so let me move to some tips, okay, for impactful nurse mentorship. 6 tips for impactful nurse mentorship. You might want to take note. Now, people come into mentorship academy. Use an example from the Nurse Mentorship Academy with so much zeal, with so much enthusiasm, especially if it's free. So you will have so many people coming. Oh, I want you to be my mentor. I want you to guide me. But people don't really understand the dynamics of mentorship. And this is where some people fail. You need to come with an open mind. You need to come with an open mind when you want to go into a mentorship program, either formal. We're still going to talk about the types and the forms of mentorship. You need to come with an open mind and ask for what you need. Be very specific. So people will say, oh, I want you to mentor me. On what? How? What are you looking for? And that's why one of the core module of the Nurse Mentorship Academy is the self-discovery. That's the first one and the most important, is self-discovery. You need to discover yourself. You need some clarity. You need to know who you are. It's not just about because you saw somebody, you love what that person is doing, and then you just want the person to be your mentor. Does their role, does their goal, their vision tallies with yours? Or does yours tallies with them? So you need to come with an open mind and be free, be confident enough to ask what you need. Oh, if, sometimes it's not just about you having a mentor. You can have general mentor. You can still have some specific mentor. I'll talk about that. So come with an open mind, and it can be very beneficial if you find a friend in your mentor. Find a friend. I'm not saying a friend that you start going out, like friend, but it should be somebody you are comfortable with, somebody that you're comfortable to spend time with, somebody that you are comfortable to share your experience with, to share with, and somebody that you like. Don't come into a mentorship for what you will get alone. Come into the mentorship for what you can also give. Oh, see that person as your friend, then you want to give your time, you want to give your commitment as well to that mentorship journey. So, like I said, you need to find a mentor that aligns with your goals. Now, if you don't know your goal, your mentor can support you in, identifying your goal. Now, you should be ready to make the new strategies a habit. So if you have been given some strategies, some tips on how to do things, then be ready to make it a habit. Now, the 5th tip there is that go all in. Don't be one leg out, one leg in. I have so many of those, especially like I said, if the program is free. Don't be one leg in, don't be one leg out. Stay in, go all in. And it is very important that you find the mentor yourself. Find people can recommend. I'm very sure based on this, oh yeah, I want to join the Nurse Mentorship Academy, but you should do some research yourself. Who is this person? How is this program, this mentorship program? Do some research yourself, okay? Now, finding your own mentor, which is, I know, to be a question that some of you want to ask, how can I find my own mentor? Now, the first thing is that you need to find someone who you are inspired by, somebody who inspire you in their day-to-day activity, in what they do, in how they approach situation. If you are working in an hospital, you find somebody within your workplace. If there is no formal program, now I know there are in Nigeria at the moment, I don't think there are any. Now, this is based on my own knowledge, formal mentorship program in different hospitals for nurses. If that is happening, that is a very good development. But if there is no mentorship program, you need to find someone who inspires you in the workplace, by their expertise, by their competence, by their way, there some qualities where they are very organized, and you see how their results. Maybe that's what inspires you. So find somebody like that. You can find someone that you feel comfortable with. I cannot overemphasize this. You cannot. Now, there's somebody, I'll say there's somebody, when I got it, I did a postgraduate course, and I found like there's this professor, and I sent an email, requesting, I would love you. I wrote a lot of stuff. I would love you to be my mentor. I was not surprised by the response though, because it feels like, well, this person is too high up and I'm just here. And sometimes you feel that fear of rejection, you don't want to ask. And when she responded, like, she was open, and she referred me to buy one of her book. And once I read a chapter of the book and I'm comfortable, then I can come back and say, she just wanted me to do something extra, which I did. If it was somebody else who just, why is she asking me to buy a book? She just wants to sell a market. But I tell you, that chapter in the book transformed my life. So, and that is it. You should be somebody you are comfortable with. I felt like I needed to be comfortable with this person, even though it's a professor and I'm just here. But reading that chapter drew me closer to the person. You need to find someone that delivers exceptional care. If it's in an hospital, somebody that has a good reputation, somebody that, their work shows, their work can tell, for them anywhere they go. And then the fourth one is to seek them out. Now, don't be so what will I call it now, disturbing, that you start sending messages, emails. We need to be very careful, because you don't want to upset anybody, even though you want them to be your mentor. So don't over disturb. You can send an email, you can send a text message. If there's no response, maybe the first few weeks, then you can send a reminder. If there is no response, don't pester people because you want them to be your mentor. Okay, so but you can seek them out. If you know somebody that knows them, you can talk through that person, send an email. If you don't know their email, just look out for them. Now, I was saying that there are different forms of mentorship. Okay, it could be casual. Like I said, I've been mentoring unofficially, I say casually, for years. Even from when I was a student, because as a student, I was the class rep from part 1 to part 5. I was into politics, PRO at the point. I was a lot, more in the leadership position. So I'll be mentoring both my junior colleagues as well as my colleagues, so to say, in different areas. So that's casual. But formally, then we launched the Nurse Mentorship Academy. So you can have different forms of mentorship, whichever one, that's it's appealing to you, or that is convenient for your mentor. It could be casual and it can be formal. And then, like I said, it could be just, you can pick a mentor like my general mentor who, take you through everything about life, not just nursing. But at the same time, you can have a specialized mentor. Maybe, I want this person to mentor me in political leadership. Now, I have a political leadership mentor, Councillor Yema Adenuga in Ireland here. And she actually organized a mentorship program, and I joined. But she will not be my mentor in nursing because she's not a nurse. Do you understand? So I have a mentor in nursing. Now, if there's something else that I'm interested in, for instance, as my PhD and I'm working towards discharge coordination, maybe I have somebody else in that line, that has done a lot, can be my mentor in that specific area. So you can have general mentor, you can have a specialized mentor. Okay. So, and like I said, it is important that mentorship is done in an open nature, be open, somebody that you can conveniently share what you're going through, what you're thinking about, those creative ideas that you can share and it can help you. Now, there are falls from these we talk about that sometimes some fear of sharing. But if you know this person enough before and you have researched this person enough to be somebody of good reputation, then you should be very comfortable. Okay. Now, I talk about the phases of mentoring. So it's a relationship. Like you said, mentoring is a relationship, either formal or informal. It starts with an initiation, and I've said, look out for once you found yourself, the mentor and the mentee, now you found yourself. The initiation phase is when the mentor and the mentee get to know each other. So at the nurse mentorship, I always have, that one-on-one section where we get to know and, each other, tell me about what you're looking for. So we build a relationship in that regard. Then we go ahead. The second phase is negotiation. So this is the phase where you start looking at how you can achieve your goals. So you start talking about both mentor and mentee. How can we achieve this goal? This is what I want to do. Or Oluwatobi want to really go into use technology and informatics to build nursing, to recreate the whole world of nursing. So how do you achieve this? Then together with your mentor, you will set achievable goals. And the third phase is growth. So at this phase, both the mentor and the mentee, they are working together to achieve these goals. They are growing, there are growths. You can see evidence from what you have experienced together, from what you're doing together. That's the growth phase. Okay. And there's always that last phase of closure. Now, when I say closure, it could be definite, it could be, temporary. Probably there is a particular project that you needed a mentor for, and at the completion of that project, there can be a closure, of that former relationship. But it can still be an open relationship if it's just like a general mentorship. So, and for a formal program, like I said, we can have a closure. We've had 2 cohorts of nurse mentees at NMA. Why some, even at graduation, just closes that section. I still have close relationship with some mentees. So it's a decision basically by both parties sometimes. Now, a lot of things happen between mentor and mentees. It is very important that you know that there is that bridge. I call it a bridge between a mentor and a mentee. The relationship must be one with reciprocity. Now, you can't always want to get and not give in a mentorship program. It is a relationship. So they have to be, what are you bringing in? What do you want to do? Fine, she's bigger than me. Oh, she's a PhD. I'm just a student. But there is something you can give in return. Okay, either it is a paid mentorship program or free mentorship program. You must reciprocate. Both mentee and the mentor must work together for the same goal. Not like I have what I want to do, and your mentor is saying, this is what I think is good for you. And both of you are going parallel. It won't work. There must be mutual respect between both parties. Now, mentorship has nothing to do with age. Even if there are age differences, we must respect each other. For this relationship to work, respect is reciprocal, I say. So when I talk about respect, time, boundary setting, because somebody is your mentor doesn't mean that you can chat them anytime, doesn't mean that you can just pick phone and call. You need to be very professional about things, and show respect. Because I am your mentor at the same time, that doesn't mean that I can just talk to you as a lie. That doesn't mean that I can call you anytime and say, oh, do this for me or something like that. It is not slavery. So there must be display of commitment and motivation from both parties. Now, like I said, I've Formally, at the Nurse Mentorship Academy, we've had more than 100, people register, but commitment is a huge problem for mentees, both sides. I've also had people that signed up to be a mentor, either mentor in training, or they were already before and they want to join the program. But by the time you call them one, two, three times, they are nowhere to be. There's no commitment. So if there's no commitment, it will affect motivation from both parties. Either if the mentor is the one that is not committed, or the mentee is the one that is not committed, it will affect the motivation. And at the end of the day, you'll not be able to achieve the overall goal, of the mentorship. So it's very important that you pay attention to that. Like, I can't be running around looking for a mentee. You wanted a mentor, and here I am. You should make yourself available. If it's an organized program, maybe a Zoom meeting or a physical meeting, you should make yourself available. If there are things to do, some tasks to do, some assignment to do, you should do very timely. That's the commitment. So that is about that. So at the Nurse Mentorship Academy, initially was free, but because we know that people don't really pay attention or value what they don't pay for, so we started making commitment fee. So at least even with that, I tell you, even with commitment fee, some people are still not committed. So it's a very challenging thing. You must set clear boundaries. You must be able to give clear communication of your goals, and there must be a path for growth. I've talked about commitment. I've talked about building a trusting and supporting relationship. Okay. Now, still talking about the roles of a mentee, which is very important. You must be responsible for your own development, either a formal or informal mentorship program, paid or not paid. You are responsible for your own development. They used to say something in Yoruba that you can force, this is the translation, you can force a horse to the river, but you cannot force a horse to drink from the river. So no matter how much your mentor is trying to instill into you, you are still responsible for your own development. You must be able to use whatever you've been given, to convert it, just like that wise slave, multiply it and make use of it for your own development. You must be able to identify your goals, your priorities, and career interests. This is very important. Also be confident enough to communicate clearly your concerns. Now, as mentioned, they will just disappear, and when you ask them, it's because, oh, I could not hear in the class, I missed out 2 classes, so I felt I was lost, and then you did not talk. You must be able to communicate clearly your concerns. The same way I've had mentees that will come back and say, this is what I feel, this is what I think can be done better, or this is how I think this can work for me. And then we resolve it, and we, agree on something that is workable. Respectfully listen to feedback with an open mind. So sometimes I can be very thorough as a mentor, sometimes because I want to bring the best out of you. Sometimes, it don't take being thorough or being strict as, oh, maybe she does not want me to grow, or why is she saying no to my idea? So it is not just saying no, it is you showing you that, how can we do this better? Can we do it this other way? So you must be able to listen with an open mind. And very important, this is one thing I hold strongly, is confidentiality. So mentoring requires confidentiality from both parties, because there's some times that your mentor will share their life experience to motivate, to inspire you. Okay. So you have to, maintain confidentiality. The same way the other way around, the mentee will share their vulnerability status and all that. The mentor must hold in confidence whatever information is being shared. I had some nurse mentorship programs in Nigeria at the moment that I know of, but I'm proud and I'm confident to say that officially the Nurse Mentorship Academy is the first, yes, is the first organized formal mentorship program for nurses in Nigeria. We started last year, 2021, and we have grown. We have had 2 cohorts already graduated. At the moment, we have transformed from a virtual class to an e-mentoring learning portal. just to give a wider view, a wider reach for people to be able to join. And so we are not limited by Zoom calls or Disney work issues and so on. So there are other programs either way. You can join I know there is the FYI mentorship. That's the focus on Young Nurses Initiative, FYN, yeah, in mentorship, which was recently launched as well. And I know of Step Up Nurses Mentorship Academy as well, Step Up Nurses Academy. So Sigma Global Nursing Excellence, if you are thinking of which mentorship program can I belong, a former one. So these are some lists. And there are so many online mentorship programs. Nursing Now has a mentorship program as well that you can belong to. Now, apart from this former mentorship program, look within your workplace. If there are no established former mentorship program, you can find a mentor where you work. We're talking about nursing career now. So look within nursing, your where you work, the school that you went to, your lecturers, and look out for a mentor. Now, I don't want to just return you and say everything is so perfect with mentorship. There are challenges of mentorship, okay? Majorly, because I am outside the country, there are so many challenges because it's not just Nigerian nurses. We have mentees from other areas, US, Filipino, Ghana, and other countries like that. So cultural differences or miscommunication is a major challenge sometimes, based on my experience. So we need to be able to establish and resolve that. Sometimes it might be very difficult to maintain relationship. Like I said, I've had mentees that after the mentorship program just disappeared. Well, they've gotten what they want and then they've gone. So even within the program, some will just disappear. So sometimes it can be very hard to maintain relationship, especially maybe there is a change of career or relocation or something. And some people come, either mentee or mentorship, or the mentor come into the program unprepared. So this is a major challenge as well. So you must come prepared if you're looking out for a mentorship program. All right, so that will be all about my presentation today. I hope you have learned one or two things. I'm going to share this. I'll send the slide. I have a slide actually to Oluwatobi to share with you. I just read a quick feedback. I have two feedback to read from previous mentees. And first, I share that, Oluwatobi.
Yes, please. Yes, you can go ahead.
Okay, can you enable a share for me?
Oops. Seems I can't do that from here. If you
Okay.
can allow me to share for you, I will be able to do that.
Okay, should I send that to you, right?
Yes, please. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I will send you Telegram because that's very handy for me. So why I'm doing that, have any question? If there are any questions, Oluwatobi, that I can take. So I want to thank you, Sneak, and to my thank. Is there any question that I can take?
Okay. If you have any question at this moment, just you can do well to type the question in the comment section, and we'll be happy to answer that. But if you can't ask your question now, you can as well reach out to me in the DM or just go to our WhatsApp page, drop your question. We'll get it across to Nurse Kochola, and I'm very sure she would be happy to provide answers to the question. Not Coachella, please. Before you go, ma, I just wanted to emphasize on something again because it is a major challenge when it comes to mentorship. A lot of people have issues sustaining that relationship between a mentor and a mentee. At some point, a mentor can, maybe a mentee wishes to do something, and then a mentor is trying to show you, okay, it is not supposed to be this way. And then, of course, due to some complexity in human behavior, the mentee just, this is like this person doesn't support or agree with what I'm doing, and then zooms off. And a lot of things come up, and it is actually a major question that a lot of people ask when it comes to mentee mentor relationship. Like, I don't know how will I be talking to the person? What will I tell him? How will I greet him? Things like that. How do you think that this challenge can be mitigated? How do you think we can go about it, man?
Okay, thank you for that question. It's very important. I just shared in there the link to join the Nurse Mentorship Academy, the Telegram group for anybody interested to join in, and then we can take it up from there. Now, I've said a lot of things initially, how you can sustain a mentorship relationship, either as a mentor or as a mentee. It starts from definition of goal, what you want to achieve, what do you come in with, what is the need that you came in with. So if your goal does not align with your mentor, there's no how the relationship can be sustained. There's no how, because both of you're speaking different languages. Okay, and it does not have, your mentor does not have to be in the same specialty of nursing with you. Like I've said, there are different types of mentorship. So if the goal you're looking for you to achieve, it's not the same thing that your mentor is aligned to or is interested in, it will be very difficult to maintain such relationship. But I say again, if you come with an open mind, ready to learn, be flexible, because there's nothing rigid about life. Change is inevitable. You must be able to adapt, to give an open mind, because you have the idea. Sometimes our idea plays so well in our head as being perfect, but hearing somebody else, talk about, think about it, and giving you that feedback can do a lot of benefit. So you should be very open to learning. And again, like I said, respect is reciprocal. So if you respect boundaries, some people get pissed off if you step outside the boundary that they have created, and because of that, even as a mentee, you understand, as a mentor, I will not just because I want that relationship, I want that mentorship relationship, I can't just make decisions. It has to be something that is done together, you understand? So that doesn't look like you are lauding your opinion. Mentorship is not lordship. That's what I call, it's not lordship. It is a relationship. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nurse Coachella. Thank you so much for giving out this time for us to talk to us about mentorship this evening. We really, really appreciate that. Before we go, let me just I think share the feedbacks now so that people can see. Okay.
Go on. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, thank you. I think you can start from the nurse mentorship. Like I said, we have migrated. We have started the e-mentoring to give you room access. That you can get the same quality of mentorship program via your on your phone at any time. You don't have to log in on a Zoom at a particular time. When you're free, you can still get support. Now, mentorship. Demand mentoring is focused on things that are not taught in the class, but definitely that you need in your career journey as a nurse or healthcare professional. So a few of the feedback that we have gotten, if you get me that slide, if you see there, that's from Abdullah. He said that the program has helped to improve my public speaking and communication skills and become a better presenter by improving my confidence, preparing before I can't see the last thing there. So, and Shobola there said the academy has aided me to have more clarity on my goals now. I was able to work with a mentor to draft our short-term goals. So these are few of the feedback. If you go on to our website, I've tried to see if I can copy in the website there for anyone interested. You can look us up on LinkedIn, Mentorship Academy. So much detail, and I put the website there in the chat box if you want to take a look at it. So thank you so much. God bless you.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate you. Really, I can't appreciate enough, ma. Thank you for squeezing out time out of the tight schedule and being with us here this evening. We've been blessed. I can say a lot of thank you, ma. Thank you, ma, in the comment section
Thank
already. We've been so impacted by your session. Thank you so much, ma. Really appreciate. And please do enjoy the rest of your day, ma. Thank you so much, ma. Thank you, ma. Okay, right. Thank you everyone for staying through for this session. I hope you've been having an amazing time in Side Class Career Acceleration Masterclass 2022. Okay, right away we'll be moving on to the next session. But before we do that, let's catch a quick 1 minute break. Just 1 minute break. Anyone that has left the session, go right to your platform and bring them back in. So we're going to be going on a 1 minute break, and then the next guest speaker would join us. Thank you so much. In 1 minute, we'll be back. Okay, welcome back, everyone. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back, everyone. Right now, we are moving right in to the next session, which will be the last session of this career acceleration masterclass. And there is this popular saying in Yoruba, but I think I don't know if I can say the Yoruba, but I'll just interpret it in English. The saying is, please forgive me if I didn't get it right, but then the saying is, it is the biggest masquerade that comes last, or the biggest masquerade comes last. Yes, the biggest masquerade dances last. I think I got that. Yes, I'm a proud Yoruba boy. All right, so we have in our midst this evening a giant in nursing, right? And this is a very amazing person. It is a privilege to have him in our midst this evening. I mean, it took thousands, millions of pounds to be able to, I mean, that was just a joke. I mean, he also generous in gracing us with his presence this evening. And without further ado, I'm going to bring him on stage now, and and I'll go ahead and read his profile, and of course, it can take us on another journey this evening as it will be showing us the things, the key tools we need to succeed in our nursing career. Welcome with me to the stage because Kenny Oluwatobi, my own very big boss. Good evening, sir.
Hello, good evening. Atobi, I never knew your mouth is as sweet as this. Oh my God. Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Toby, for hosting me this evening. It's a pleasure to be here doing this with you tonight. Good evening, everyone.
Wow, thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much
Once
for
again.
joining us. Okay, I'll just go into the profile right away. Okay, Kehinde Oluwatosin is a UK-based registered nurse who came into prominence through the organization he co-founded in 2017, the Fellow Nurses Africa. Ogbeni Oluwatosin, as popularly called by his thousands of followers on Twitter, has over the years proven himself as an expert in the field of strategic management, personal and professional development, nursing leadership, healthcare project management, and employability. He has genuine interest in helping the upcoming generation of nurses discover their purpose. He helps them find a path through his thought-provoking presentations and daily tweets. Currently, he mentors about 200 nurses, not only in Nigeria, but across Africa. His continuous search for knowledge and personal development led him to enroll in the NHS Leadership Academy to develop his leadership prowess. Um, in the field of healthcare. Kenny isn't just a global nurse leader, he is an aspiring healthcare project manager presently undergoing his Prince 2 professional course in one of the leading project management institutes in England. He is also currently pursuing his master's degree in healthcare leadership in the University of Hull, United Kingdom. His organization, Fellow Nurses Africa, is widely known for building the capacity of African nurses in the achievement of Sustainable Development Goal 3, as well as changing the poor public perception of the profession nursing. The indelible footprint and contribution the organization continues to make since the inception got it nominated as an outstanding nursing organization in the Nightingale Excellence Award 2019. Kunde is a recipient of many awards and certifications to his name. In 2018, he got named as one of the 11 most inspiring Nigerian nurses. In 2019, FellowNurses.com, a blog owned and run by his organization, won the best nursing blog in Nigeria. And in 2021, he bagged a special recognition award from the African Nurse Breaking Boundaries. He told his followers to simply address him as the father of modern nursing, but they wouldn't listen. We wouldn't listen. We wouldn't listen. He therefore settles for the chairman BOT and the chief executive officer, Fellow Nurses Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, join me as I welcome Nurse Kehinde Oluwatobi. You are welcome, sir. You're on the stage now.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Good morning to you and good afternoon to wherever you're listening to us from in any parts of the world. Like you heard already, my name is Kende Oluwatobi. I want to believe everyone can hear me very clearly. Hello.
We can hear you clearly, sir. We can hear you.
All right. So can you hear me? Can you hear me clearly?
Absolutely, absolutely, clearly.
All right. All right. All right. That's fine. That's fine. Thank you very much. Yeah. So I want to welcome you, specially welcome you once again to, Career Acceleration Masterclass tonight. I want to promise you that it's going to be a wonderful and inspiring encounter for everyone in attendance today. Let me first appreciate Toby, for betting this idea. I believe it started last year. The first edition he had was last year, and he invited me then. I was meant to be in attendance, but unfortunately, I couldn't make it. And that's, one of the reasons why I said no. When I got the invitation this year, I said no, no matter where I am, no matter what I'm doing, I'm just going to find time to, honor this invitation and be here today. And that's exactly why I'm here. Tonight, a very simple but important want to, really progress in our nursing career, if you really want to make impact nurse that make an indelible impact, we have to, take these things into consideration, and it is tools to fulfilling, tools to a fulfilling nursing career. Tools to a fulfilling nursing career. And before I take you through this process, I would, Toby, could you please go to the next slide, please? Thank you very much. So our presentation outline today, we're going to be, taking a look at the background to, to this discussion, and then we're going to briefly talk about why exactly are you in nursing profession? Why have you come to nursing? Because you have to understand your purpose. You have to know why you are in nursing before every other things follow. If you don't really know why you are here, then I'm afraid you may not really make that impact you actually want to make. And thereafter, we're going to be talking about 10 golden rules to create a fulfilling nursing career. And after that, we quickly run through, positioning yourself for opportunities in nursing. And then we talk about the JAPA process, because I believe Toby actually wants me to talk about, the JAPA process. People want to leave the shores of Nigeria. They want to go to Canada. They want to come to the UK, US, and all that. They need to know, the steps to take, to actually realize this ambition. So briefly, we're going to talk about that. I'm going to give you a simple overview of that process, and then we conclude for tonight. But before I begin this presentation properly, I would quickly like to tell you about our organization, the Fellow Nurses Africa. As you may have known, I am the chairman, board of director, the Fellow Nurses Africa, and the Fellow Nurses Africa has been, one of the outstanding nursing organization, non-governmental organization, that was created, together with like-minded individuals. I remember when we graduated from School of Nursing, then before we went for our bachelor's degree, we have the passion. We want to make impact. We want to make a difference, and then we started, bringing ideas together, start talking to people who we share the same dreams. And then we came about the Fellow Nurses Africa. And in 2019, we got the organization registers with the corporate affairs commission. And one of those things we've been able to do over the years, in 2020, 2019, 2020, we were able to raise some millions of naira during the COVID-19 pandemic. Many nurses were losing their jobs then, and we were able to raise some some money. We call that support our private nurses initiative. So we were able to raise some money, to mitigate that effect of, COVID on our colleagues. Then another thing we've been able to do is we are the major organizer of the Cash Them Young, which is a mentorship program for young and aspiring nurses, as they are graduating from the schools of nursing, from the university. We are cashing them young, to change their orientation. Many of those things they have been exposed to in the nursing school. We orientate them, we welcome them into to nursing, and then we expose them to basic things that they need to know. And that is one of those things we are doing tonight, but we are doing it on another platform, which is the Career Masterclass. Another thing we do is the Nursing Excellence Award. I'm sure many of you might have seen, and heard about the Nursing Excellence Award. It's an initiative to celebrate the incredible jobs the nurses are doing all over the world, to appreciate them. Of course, if we don't celebrate nurses, if you don't appreciate them, who else will? So that is the idea behind the Nursing Excellence Award. And amongst all of these things, we have also been organizing different career masterclass. We've been organizing seminars, webinars, to build the capacity of Nigeria nurses, because we live, a nurse that is not properly built, it's a dangerous nurse. So that is why we've been doing all those things. And over these years, this award we've been able to do, and I believe we are going to be doing so much more. So briefly, that about the Fellow Nurses Africa. So we're going to be going into the topic proper now, proper. And then, I've seen and I've met a lot of people, a lot of young nurses that have been, becoming into the nursing profession over the years. And unfortunately, they don't really know what or why they are in nursing. Nursing is, it's a very diverse profession, and it comes with many opportunities. It comes with so much abundance of opportunity. But despite this, many nurses are not aware, and they don't even know how to assess this opportunity. And because of this, many nurses are tired. They are fed up. Many of them, and they are quite unhappy with their, the profession. There's job dissatisfaction here and there. And then many of them, they just want to leave the profession. They keep asking, why am I in this profession? Is this where I want to be for the entire of my career? They don't know what to do, And from those students that are just the newly graduated nurses that are just leaving the university or leaving the school of nursing, the question they keep asking is, what next after school of nursing? How do I make an indelible mark in this profession? But I want to congratulate you for being in attendance tonight, because all of these questions that you've got, I'm going to be doing justice for them tonight. Next slide. All right. So one thing that I want us to know as nurses is that wherever you are, whatever the type of nurse you are, whether you are a nurse with just the RN, the registered nurse certificates, or you are the nurse that have got your bachelor's degree in nursing, you are an accident and emergency nurse, you are a midwife, or whatever category of nurse you may be, nursing will take you anywhere you want to be. Do you see yourself at the board of WHO, World Health Organization, in the next couple of years? Do you see yourself as the Minister of Health in Nigeria or whatever Africa country you are? Do you see yourself, even as the president of any nation where you are? Nursing will take you there. After all, the minimum criteria to becoming a president in Nigeria is just a start, so that's just by the way. So wherever you want to be, nothing will actually take you there. Nothing will make you fly. Nothing will actually make you fly. Next slide, Toby. All right. So another question that another thing we like to talk about is, why exactly are you in the nursing profession? Why exactly are you in the nursing profession? Remember, I said the other time that many people are just here. They have just come into the nursing profession probably because their parents have told them, nursing jawo go, there's money in nursing. Why not go? Why not consider nursing? That could be the reason why they are in nursing. Some might be because they really have passion for nursing, or some might actually be in nursing because they want to travel out of the country. They just see they see nursing as an opportunity for them to japa. But whatever category you belong to, I divided them into 3 categories. And the first category is the complainer. These are the kind of people that they are currently in the profession, and all they know, all they do is to grieve, is to shout, why is nothing like this? Nothing is this, nothing is that. Then nothing is the least. They are just working. They are not paying them. So much complaint. And we have another category. I call them the wave. The wave. They are not stable. They don't have a mind of their own. They are always, they are always going with the wind. They are the kind of people, I think sometimes ago I was discussing with a colleague who is an accident and emergency nurse. He is also a midwife. He's also a mental health nurse. He's also a public health nurse. And I began to wonder, you alone, be registered mental health, accident and emergency, midwife, all this diploma, what are you, where exactly are you going? Do you want to, they're just kind of people that, they are the kind of people that, okay, probably someone has told them that, accident and emergency, that is what is in vogue, and they rush, they go and do accident and emergency nursing. By tomorrow you tell them that accident and emergency is not really in vogue again, or they are not making money as such anymore. What is in vogue now is anesthetic nurses, and they don't have accident and emergency. They go to get for nurse anesthetists, and they become one. And after a while, they tell them, psychiatry, I want to go back to school of psychiatry nursing. Where are they going? They are just running around with the winds. Don't be like them. Choose a career, choose a path, and follow that path. And the last category of nurses, they are the seer. They are the kind of people, who sees the future. They know what the future holds for them. They know that, this is what I want to become in future, but I'm not here today. This is where I want to be. And they see the future, they start making moves, for them to be able to, get to that future and to be able to achieve, those career paths they've been able to set for themselves, And then when you don't really have a clear direction of where you are going, in nursing, every bus stop will become attractive to you. As you are leaving school of nursing now, as you are becoming registered nurses, you have to have a clear direction of where you are going. You have to have a clear direction of what you want to become in nursing. Do you see yourself in the management aspect of nursing? Then set aside your goals and start working in that direction. Do you see yourself in the clinicals? You want to become an advanced nurse practitioner, or you want to become a director of nursing? Then set your goals right and begin to work in that direction. When you don't have a mission, when you don't have a clear picture of where you are going, every bus stop will become very attractive to you. Quickly, before we go further, I like to quickly talk about the 10 golden rules you need to create a fulfilling nursing career. 10 golden rules you need to a fulfilling nursing career. And the number one of it, like I said earlier, is for you to be able to set a smart goals. Be able to set smart goals. Let your goal be specific. What do you want to be? I want to become an advanced nurse practitioner. That is a very specific goal. And then, is it measurable? When do you want to become this advanced nurse practitioner? Is it in the next 10 years? Is it in the next 15 years? Would you be able to measure this? And then, is it achievable? Is it something you'll be able to achieve? Okay, you want to become an advanced nurse practitioner. Have you got your bachelor's degree in nursing? If you have not got that, how do you intend to go about it? Are you going to ODL, distance learning, for your bachelor's degree program, or you want to go through the direct entry path? If you want to go through the direct entry path, what is your source of funding? Are your parents still ready to sponsor you? If they are not ready to sponsor you, don't you think it would be advisable for you to go through the online distance path, for you to be working and at the same time, helping yourself to go through the bachelor's degree program? And is it realistic? And is it time bound? Is it something that you can achieve within the specific number of years that you've mentioned? So your goal must really be specific. It must be measurable, it must be achievable, and it must be time bound. Where do you see yourself in the next 10 years? And how do you get there? And what are those things you need to do for you to be able to achieve your goals? These are the questions you need to ask yourself, and not just asking yourself, you need to provide answers, clear answers to them. Who are those people that are really making it big in your profession? Who are those people that can help you to achieve your goals? Have you been able to identify them? And if yes, you have been able to identify them, do you have a relationship with them? Do you have, have you been able to create a network with them that they will be able to, help you to achieve these your goals? The Yoruba will say, pardon me if you are not Yoruba, they will say, Omo soba shipa niya engbe. You understand? A child who opens her arms or his arm is the one the mother or the parents will be able to carry. So you really have to understand or identify the people who are making things happening in your field, people that will be able to, assist you in the realization of your goals. Another thing you have to do is you have to be street smart. You have to be street smart. But when I mean being street smart, it means that you have the ability to think on your feet. You have the ability to think on your feet. When we were in school, there are so many people that when it comes to being brilliant, give it to them. Anatomy, message, medical surgical nursing, just talk about any book, any subject, just give it to them. They are the baba, you cannot, you can't argue with them, But one thing I need us to understand is that there's a difference between being book smart and being street smart. There's a difference between being book smart and being street smart. When you are book smart, it might be easier for you to get jobs. You'll be able to get jobs, change jobs the way you want. But when you are street smart, you'll be able to navigate the difficult situations of life. The Yoruba will say, Jarai, Jarai, know what you are doing. It's not, especially when you are in Nigeria or all other African countries, it's not gone are the days of being so gentle. When you become so gentle, people will tend to take advantage of you. You have to be smart. You have to be able to think on your feet, know what you are doing. All right. Another thing is that you have to stay away from negative people. You have to stay away from negative people. You are just starting your career. Probably, I know that many of us listening to me tonight, we are just leaving school of nursing, or possibly we are just leaving the university. And now we are going into the labor market. When you are going into this labor market, I beg of you, in the name of whatever thing you believe in, or in the name of whatever thing you serve, please stay away from negative people. I will give you a clear example. I remember in 2017 when I started Fellow Nurses Africa. Many people began to tell me, what was his problem? Who is he? What does he know? You want to be a nurse activist instead of you to be doing this. Nothing is this, nothing is that. The organization you are running, it will soon fail. I could remember different people telling me that don't worry, you will soon fail. You will soon run into trouble. If many of you know, when we started Fellow Nurses Africa, one of those things we do then was, to run a nursing blog, which is, majorly to, one major thing we do is that to hold the nursing leaders into account. We hold them to be accountable. If we see that they are not doing things right, we talk about it, we publicize it, and we make noise about it. There are so many people that are telling me then that, oh, don't worry, you will soon run into trouble. They will soon report it to the nursing council. They will soon sue you, and so many things like that. There's a particular WhatsApp group that I am a member of. At a point, I had to leave. I had to just exit that group because whatever they are going to say is going to be very negative, and it's at a point it started to get at me. So this is one of the reasons why you have to avoid negative people. One thing negativity does to you is that at a point, by the time you are exposed to negative thoughts, negative thinking, negative thoughts, there is a way it starts to configure your mind to negativity. But when you open your mind to positivity, even when you think you can't do it, you think, oh, there's no money. Oh, you start looking at how to get the money. When you expose yourself to negative thinking, that is when you'll be bringing up different reasons why you can't do it, different reasons why you are going to fail. It might begin to tell you that you are too young, you can't do it. It might begin to tell you that where do you want to have the money, and different negativity. But when you avoid this, then you realize that different ways, different opportunities will begin to come your way. So, my dear brothers and sisters, please, by all means, if you want to create a fulfilling nursing career, please stay away from negativity. Another point is that you should try as much as possible to build a personal brand. Build a personal brand. When people Google your name, I want to challenge you tonight. Go on Google now, type Kehinde Oluwatobi. What will you see? You begin to see Kehinde Oluwatobi, one of the 11 most inspiring Nigerian nurses in 2019. Kehinde Oluwatobi, founder, board of trustee, Fellow Nurses Africa, Kehinde Oluwatobi, Ogbeni Oluwatobi on Twitter, and different publications that I've made, different jobs that I've been able to do. So when people Google your name, what will they find? You've got access to social media. It's not just about posting pictures. It's not just about doing one challenge or the other, posting videos. No, you have to have a niche. You have to have a personal brand. What that specific things you are known for. Kehinde Oluwatobi is known for Fellow Nurses Africa. Tobi Adewumi is known for Career Acceleration Masterclass. He's a tech guy. When you Google some other nurse leader, if you Google Prince Agedo, you see him, you see what he's known for, you see his brand. If you Google Oluwatobi, Abiodun Oluwatobi, you start to see nursing job and opportunities. Those are their brands. Those are their personal brand. It's not just when you Google them, what you're going to see is that it will only take you to Facebook, your Facebook accounts or your Instagram accounts. No, you have to have a personal brand. People must know you for a particular thing. All right. Another thing I would like to talk about is you have to invest in yourself. The best investment you can ever make in life is self-investment. The best investment is self-investment. And how do you invest in yourself? I want to give you a typical example. When I finished my school of nursing and I started, I got a job at one of the private hospitals in Lagos, Lekki. One of those things, no, Aja, people living, there's been this challenge that when you are living in Aja, when you are living at Awoyaya, when you are living in Shongotedo, you are not living in Lekki. Stop saying you are living in Lekki. That's just by the way. All right. So I was living at Shongotedo then, and I discovered that this is the kind of person I want to be. I want to be able to face people, talk to them. I want to be able to influence people. I want to be able to motivate them. But I'm shy. And how do I do this? There is a program they call the Toast MASTERCLASS. I had to enroll in that program. And what do they do there? It's majorly to build your capacity, to build, your to be able to speak, how you be able to speak to people, how you be able to influence, your oratory skills. Yeah, majorly your oratory skills. That is what it's meant to do. So I had to enroll in the Toastmaster class, and I was going there every weekend, and that is part of self-investment. Another way you can invest in yourself is by reading books. And if I want to ask now, how many books have you been able to read this year? How many books have you read? It's not about just solving the nest, going from Twitter to Facebook to Instagram. You have to invest in yourself. Readers are leaders. If you want to actually be leaders, you must be able to read. You must be able to invest in yourself. You must be able to enroll for online courses. There are so many free courses, on Coursera and other learning platforms. You can enroll there and begin to learn. And this is going to open many career opportunities for you. So I can't, overemphasize that aspect. You have to invest in yourself because the best investment is self-investment. Another thing I like to talk about is you want to change your job, you have to change job the smart way. And when I mean you have to change job the smart way, I mean stop burning bridges. All right, you've got a job today, you're working at a private firm or you're working at a private hospital because you have seen another offer. They are paying you, maybe some thousand naira above what you currently earn. And you just decide to pack your load, and you leave. No, you have to change job the smart way. When you are changing job, it's not always about the money. It's not always about the money. It is about the organization culture. Where I'm working currently, and now I'm going to this place. How is the organization there? Is it in line with my personal ambition? Is it in line with the goals that I've set for myself? I said I want to become an advanced nurse practitioner in the next 10 years. I said I see myself being, being part of the leaders, in the policy makers in the next 10 years. Now I want to change my job. The new job that I'm going into, is it, in line with the goals that I've set for myself? The relationship I've built over the years where I currently work, if I leave this job suddenly, am I not breaking that relationship? I'm not saying we shouldn't change job. No. But when you are changing job, please and please try and change job the smart ways. I've understood and I've seen many nurses, many newly graduated nurses making this career mistake. They are currently working in the private hospital and they want to leave. They just leave without giving any notice. They just pack their load. Oh, I'm going, and they leave. And many of these private hospitals, you don't want me to tell you something? Many of them have organizations. And don't be surprised that if you are the kind of person that you keep changing job anyhow, burning bridges without taking into consideration the relationship you are building, they tend to report you. They tend to blacklist you, especially in Lagos. So be careful of what you do. If you want to change your job, ensure you change job the smart way. Another thing I like to say is that you should learn how to play workplace politics. They will tell you that politics is everything. Yes, it is. Politics is everything. And the way you play politics can either make or mar you. It can either make or destroy your career. As you are starting your career journey, as you are starting your first job, the first thing you should do is that in this workplace, who are the former leaders? And who are the informal leaders? When I mean former leaders, they are the people who have been appointed into the position of leadership. They have been formally appointed. It could be your line manager. It could be your HOD. And don't be surprised, we also have some informal leaders. They are leaders, but they are not holding any position, and they can influence whether you are going to grow in that organization or you are going to fail. So the first assignment you should do when you are starting your job is to identify these people. Who are the former leaders and who are the informal leaders? When you identify, find it easy to relate with them on personal basis. Still talking about learn how to play workplace politics. Another thing you should do is to ensure that when two people, especially the elderly ones, especially the senior ones, are fighting in your workplace, you don't interfere. That is not the time you begin to say, oh, this is my preferred people. And probably you have in a group of that board of directors, director A is fighting director B, and you are making it known obviously that, oh, you are in support of director A or you are in support of director B. Don't be surprised that by tomorrow, if they finish fighting, they are going to ensure they pursue you out of that company. So wherever you are, wherever you find yourself, ensure you are able to manage workplace politics. It will be coming. You can't avoid it. The best thing you can do is to learn the art of politicking. And that will take me to the next point, which is never write or send emails when you are angry. Never send or write emails when you are angry. I believe that is explanatory enough. And never display your ambition too quickly. You want to become the advanced nurse, you want to become the director of nursing services, or you want to become the nurse manager or the HOD in a new organization you have just started. They just employ you, and you have made it known, made it so obvious that, oh, by the next 5 years, I want to become the next manager. I want to become the HOD. So what you are saying indirectly is that you want to displace whoever the current line manager is, or you want to displace whoever the current HOD is. I'm not saying you should not have ambitions. It is good to have ambitions. It is good to have your goals, set smart goals, but don't make it known. Don't make it so obvious. Learn to keep secret. Learn to be secretive when it comes to your own personal ambition, when it comes to your own personal career. I will give you a typical example. I think it happened some years ago in Nigeria. There is a I think it's one of these director of nursing services in one of the government hospital in Nigeria. And there's this young guy who is very vibrant, have the passion, wants to go to school, wants to do this, wants to do that. But before he's able to do that, he has to, get a permission from the director or the assistant director of nursing. Do you know what what this director did? He went to hide his file under the carpet, or let me say under the rug in the office, and they began to look for it. They began to look for it. They began to look for it until, God we have it and they are able to see that file. So that is one of the implications. That's one of the things that happens when you make your ambitions known publicly. Set smart goals, be ambitious, but learn how never to display your ambition too quickly. Another thing is you have to be a problem solver. When there is a problem, do people really see you as somebody who has a solution? Do people see you as someone who they can go to? So that is what I'm going to tell us, and that's the 10 golden rules that you need to create a fulfilling nursing career. There are so many of it, but if I begin to talk about this tonight, we are not going to leave here. So quickly, that takes me to the next slide, and it's about the JAPA process. Like I said, I will not be able to give us the full details of what we need tonight when it comes to traveling out of Nigeria. But what I'm going to do is that there is a book written by Abiodun Oluwatobi of Nurses, Job and Opportunity. I'm also one of the contributors to that book. So I'm going to be sending you the soft copy of that book after this class tonight, and it's going to really help you wherever you want to go. You want to go to US, you want to practice in Canada, you want to go to Canada, you want to go to UK, you want to go to Australia. Every information you need is available in this book. So quickly, if you want to JAPA, what is the first thing you have to do? The first thing you have to do is to get your international passport. I want to ask, excuse me, how many of you here tonight have your international passport? Toby, is it possible for me to see the comments? If you've got your international passport, can I see your comments? Yes, I've got mine. No, I haven't got mine. Oh, I'm currently working on mine. Can I see such comments? I want to believe I'm not the only one in this room tonight.
Yeah, we are with you. I think people are trying to answer the question now.
All right, so that's okay. While waiting for our responses, like I said, the first thing you have to do is to get your international passport. And having gotten your international passport, the next thing you have to do is to pass your English test. Currently, there are two English tests. You can either write the OET or you write the IELTS. Majority of people are registering for IELTS, and they are writing their IELTS. Fellow North Africa is also running a program. We are one of the trainers for. All right, Adeniran Susan hasn't got her international passport. So Adeniran Susan, please get your international passport. If you want to Japan, you want to go to UK, to US or Canada, the first thing is to get your international passport. All right. So like I was saying, all right, Anu Oluwapo, Anu Olutayo, yeah, Anu Olutayo hasn't got an international passport. Anu, please ensure get your international passport as soon as possible. Jerry hasn't got an international passport. Jerry, please do try as much as possible. In fact, aside your nursing license, one major thing that is very, very important to your nursing career is your international passport. So please don't joke with it. I know it's not easy, especially when you are just starting, when you are just leaving school, but please, it's a necessity. Okay, it's something you need to get. All right. So after getting your international passport, one other thing you need to do is to pass your English exam. It could be IELTS, it could be OET. Following South Africa is one of the trainers. We are training people for IELTS. You can register with us, and if you think it's what you can be able to do on your own, why not? I read for my IELTS personally without attending any class, and here I am today. And many other organizations are also organizing free paid IELTS sessions. You can consider registering with them. Also on Twitter, I talk about IELTS, how you can pass your IELTS, how you can pass CBT, how you can register with the Nursing and Midwifery Council of Nigeria. So of UK, sorry. I talk so much about them. So you can follow me on Twitter, for you to have access to this teaching. I also give strategies, for you to be able to ace your IELTS exam in one attempt. Don't forget to join me. After passing your English exam, one other important exam you need to write and pass is your CBT, computer-based test. You have to register for it, pass it, and after that, you have to start looking for job. That is after when you have gotten your passport, you have written your IELTS, you have passed, you've registered with the Nursing and Midwifery Council of Nigeria. After registering with them to begin your application, you write your CBT. After passing your CBT, the next thing for you to start doing is to start applying. Start applying for jobs. And when you get a job, the next thing is to start packing your bags. Start packing your bags, and then welcome to UK, welcome to US, welcome to Canada. So basically, that is the overview of the JAPA process. 1 hour or 2 hours is not really enough for us to talk about this process in detail. So like I promised, I'm going to be sending you an ebook which will give you a clear picture of what you need to know, what you need to do, the cost estimate for you to travel out of Nigeria. So quickly, before we call it a day tonight, I would like to talk about how can you position yourself for the opportunities in nursing. Remember, I said it the other times in my background, there are too much, there are abundance of opportunities in nursing profession, but many people, they don't really know of these opportunities. And those that know, they don't know how to position themselves for these opportunities. And now it is time for you to listen attentively to see how you can position yourself for opportunities in nursing. One important step you need to take is you need to get noticed and be prepared. You need to get noticed. There are so many people that are so good in what they do. They know their onions, but nobody knows them. They are just in one corner doing their things. And when it's time for opportunity, when opportunity shows, nobody is going to recommend them. So the first thing you have to do is to get noticed. Let people know you. Let people know what you are capable of doing. Let people know what you can offer. It's not gone are the days of working, in isolation. One of the major career mistake many people make is working in isolation. No one knows them or their good works, and oftentimes they don't get noticed or prepare for opportunities. So you have to get noticed. And how do you get noticed? One way by which you can get noticed, like I said the other time, is to create a personal brand. Create a personal brand and showcase yourself. Now, we are in a global village now. You can showcase your, excuse me, you can showcase yourself on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok. Let people know what you are up to. Let people know what you are made of. Let people know what you can do. And when opportunity comes, they will be able, they'll be able to recommend you. Yeah. Another thing is that you need to get a mentor. You need to get a mentor. Who is your mentor? One thing mentorship or mentoring is going to, don't let me talk too much about this. I think I overheard Nurse Aremu the other time talking about mentorship, talking about how you can get yourself mentor and the advantages of mentorship. So we can't overemphasize that. You have to get yourself a worthy mentor and be willing to be a volunteer. Okay, it's not when you are looking for mentor. I used to say it. For instance, if you are approaching me to you want me to be your mentor. Currently, there are so many things I'm going to be taking into consideration because currently I have a full-time job that I'm doing. I'm currently, running my master's degree course. Not only that, I have an organization that I'm running. So mentoring you, is it going to be of a burden to me? Is it going to steal away from my time? So one thing you should do is to take a look at me, take a look at what I do, and how can you be of assistance to me? How can you be of help to me? So you have to understand that there are so many times that I need to, for instance, this presentation now, someone has invited me to do a presentation. I need someone who is going to help me sit down, prepare my PowerPoint. You can say, oh, I'm going to volunteer. I'm going to help you with that. Or I'm going to help you to, you want to send some email. I'm going to be your online personal assistant. By that, I know that you are not coming to steal away my time. You are coming to help me. And when I see that, I'm going to be able to give you my time in return. So when you are looking for mentorship, when you are looking for mentoring, be willing to volunteer. Be willing to volunteer. All right. So another thing I like to talk about is you have to network with other nurses. You have to network with other nurses. Your network is your net worth, and the quality of information available at your disposal will determine how far you can go. The quality of information you have at your disposal will actually determine how far you can go in this profession. Okay, you have to be active on social media, be it Twitter, and start following people, follow nurse mentors that will be able to open your eyes to opportunities in nursing profession. So I believe our time is fast spent. So I'm going to be rounding up now. So like I said earlier, nursing will not only provide you with opportunities to succeed, it will give you wings to fly through the nations of the world. Nursing will not only provide you with opportunities to succeed, it will give you wings to fly through the nations of the world. Once again, I want to congratulate you for the success of your nursing council exam. I want to especially welcome you into the world of nursing. But remember that the nursing certificate, the registered nurse certificate you have got, or possibly you are still in school, you are aspiring to get, it has taken so many people, a lot of nurses, out of generational poverty. And even if I couldn't name, so many people, I am a living witness because I know where I'm coming from and I know where I am today. So please do all you can to have that RN. If you are currently in school, do all you can to have it. And if you have earned yours, please protect it with all you've got. It is a means to an end. Thank you very much for listening to me. God bless you.
Oh, wow. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. This is, oh God. I think by now I should start seeing comments. I should start seeing, yeah, of course, those comments must come in because I must tell you, this is a very, very, very mind shifting and really, I must say, this is not, I'm not sure that cutting, sir. You've really brought perspective to a lot of things that are actually fundamental to a successful nursing career. Those 10 golden rules, I'm going to personally frame it and keep it somewhere where I am going to have access to it every day. And I mean, it's just something very, very awesome that we need to take into consideration to have a very successful nursing career. Once again, I can't appreciate you enough, sir. I can't appreciate you enough for honoring our invitation this evening and for coming on this meeting. If you have any question, we are definitely going to get across to you, and we'll know that you'll be happy to provide answers to our question. Thank you so much, Ms. Kindly Oluwatobi, for honoring our invitation. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir. And let me quickly make this announcement that if
Thank
you
you.
are
Thank you for having me.
Okay, I would like to make this announcement that if you want to take, if you're planning on traveling abroad and you want to take IELTS tutorial, OET tutorials, CBT tutorials, please just send me a DM. I'm going to connect you with the fellow nurses Africa. I'm going to connect you with Nurse Kandi Oluwatosi, and of course, they provide a very awesome tutorial session that is affordable to get you prepared for your international migration process. Once again, thank you so much, Nurse Kandi Oluwatosi. We are so glad to have you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, everyone. Bye bye.
All right. Thank you so much, everyone, for being part of the Career Acceleration Masterclass 2022. Before you go, I'm going to say this. Before you go, I'm going to say this. Now, there's this part. If you're not a Christian, apologies. I'm not trying to, but it's a scripture that applies to it, a part of the Bible that applies to our daily living. And you've been on this career acceleration masterclass for 2 days, and this is the second day, which is the last day. It is not enough to acquire the information. It is not enough to hear everything you've been hearing since. It is not enough to have had a mind shift. It is not enough to have been inspired. It is not enough to have been motivated. What gives substance and life to everything you've been hearing since yesterday is action. Is action. Now let me share this with you. This is a part of the scripture from the book of Joshua, chapter 1, verse 8. You know, it says that this book of the law shall not depart from your mouth, but you shall meditate in it day and night, that you may. Now it is talking about the book of the law. Of course, now we are going to assume that our book of the law is the things we've been hearing since yesterday on how to get your job, how to craft and position yourself for employability in the labor market, from the career opportunities beyond the bedside, from being innovative, what you can do, from the mentorship, from also from the North Kind session. We assume that those are the things we've learned from the book of the law. But of course, it is when you begin to observe to do according to what you've heard, that is when you will make your way prosperous and successful. It is when you begin to observe to do what you've learned. It is when you begin to put into actions the thing you've gotten in this career acceleration masterclass. That is when you would be able to give substance and life. That is when the things you've learned will actually get actualized in your life, right? So see it as, imagine that you want to build muscles, you want to go to the gym, you want to have a very fit body, and then you got a book on how to content of the book will not build the muscles. What actually builds the muscle is carrying the weight, the actions that you put into it. So I'm going to encourage everyone. You've been on this course since yesterday. What you need to begin to do now, immediately after this session, go to your drawing board, go to your jotters, go to your notepad, and write 2 columns what I need to stop doing and what I need to begin to do. Based on the knowledge, the information, the perspectives you've gotten from this career acceleration masterclass, you need to begin to just get a drawing pad, get a jotter, get a notebook, divide it into 2 columns. Right, one side, what I will stop doing and what I will begin doing. And from everything you've heard in this career acceleration masterclass, put content in those 2 columns and, of course, begin to act on it. Once again, I want to appreciate everyone who has taken part in this career acceleration masterclass. Thank you for believing in what side class is doing. Thank you for believing in what Oluwatobi Adewumi is doing. And thank you for your time, your subscription, and for making yourself available for this program. And for everyone that's going to watch this session, even after this live streaming, our appreciation goes to you as well. And if you have any question, if you have anything you would like to clarify, if you have anything you're not clear about, if you have anything you want me to do for you, please send me a DM immediately after this session. Once again, thank you for participating in the Career Acceleration Masterclass 2022. And we've come to the end of the session, and we are going to close now. Before we close, please, I'm going to urge you, we would like to have your feedback. Really, this is the only way you can, of course, encourage us. Let us have your feedback. Let us have the things you've learned during this Career Acceleration Masterclass. Let us know that you've been impacted. Let us know that you've had a mindset shift. Let us know that you've gotten value from from the things you've learned on this master class. All right about now, I'm going to say thank you so much once again, everyone, and we are going to call it a night. Have a wonderful night rest. Goodbye.